Good morning, everyone. We're going to do a more pre-recorded show today, so we won't be live, but it'll be posted afterwards. We're recording this on April 3rd, and we got a baseball started. It's our first show for the 2025 MLB season while it's going on, now that all 30 teams have played a game now. And we have seen some we will have overreactions later in the show, as long with we'll be recapping both the AL and NL. But first, before we get any farther, we're both Cubs fans, but what is your name exactly?
Johnny.
And I'm Devon, and we're going to get right into, we're both Cubs fans, so we're going to start off with the Cubs, and then we'll just not talk about them later in the show for the NL recap.
Let's do the Diamondback series first because I want to end on excitement and not being really annoyed.
They split the series.
Yeah, but they also did a little bit better against the Athletics.
So, I mean,
The Sacramento Athletics.
you can go ahead and start off if you want.
I mean, you were there opening day, so.
Okay. I was at the Diamondbacks opening day where they played the Cubs, and I got to see Justin Steele versus Zach Gallen. Zach Gallen was having command issues, and we were able to make him pay for not being able to consistently throw strikes. He walked guys, and we were able to bring in runs against him, which is very good due to just in past years not being able to do that consistently. So it's nice to see the Cubs being able to come in clutch and drive in runs. It was really fun to see. I saw Kyle Tucker get his first Cubs hit in the U.S. for the Chicago Cubs. Thing was, Diamondbacks did start off the scoring, so it was like a little nervous because I knew that the Diamondbacks offense is really good. They were the best offense last year, I believe, and we're starting off strong. But Gallen let up 3 runs in the second inning due to having command issues, which just let the bases get loaded and stuff. And then Barry Bonds at third base now, apparently. Eugenio Suarez has 5 home runs now in a week. The opening day was 1 week ago now, and he has, I think, 5 homers. He hit 4 of them in this Cubs series. So he was just a pain the entire time. But Steele struggled a bit, for sure. But he was able to, his Zach's line, he was able to get through 5 innings, only 2 strikeouts. And then Pearson let up 2 runs. He needs to figure out control. Thielbar, who I don't like at all, I saw pitch, sadly. And then Hodge and Presley came in. Presley came in with a 4-run lead and let up a run. So, and then you see that later in the series, but you will probably talk about that. But overall, opening day was really fun. It was the first time I've ever been to an opening day before. I've been to the Diamondback Stadium before, but it was really cool to see. It was very crowded. It was one of the most packed stadiums I've ever been at, mostly due to opening day, but also the Diamondbacks are good. Last time I've been in Chase Field before when I was younger, and it was nowhere near as full.
Yeah. Game 2 was Tyone just got killed.
Yep.
He only pitched 4 1/3 and gave up 9 hits. Didn't walk anybody.
I mean,
but
throwing strikes, at least you're not giving them free passes.
Eugenio Suarez homered twice, and then they just added on a couple of singles. And the Cubs really never answered. I mean, it was just like a Diamondbacks blowout. Merrill Kelly was good, too. But, it wasn't even like a great performance. He allowed 7 base runners and only got 1 strikeout. but
He
allowed to
hasn't.
run.
He didn't pitch until like his last outing was in like July last year. So he was.
Not saying he's bad, but it wasn't like.
I'm just saying
oh
he hasn't
wow,
pitched
look
in a while.
look at this like shut down performance by the pitcher. It wasn't like he was just like top of his game. Not anything to like discredit Merrill Kelly, but like the Cubs just didn't take advantage of a guy who didn't even throw his like best game. Game 3 on Saturday was a lot more fun.
Fun.
Kind of. I mean, the Cubs won 4-3.
They should have won 4-1 if we had a good closer.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, from the standpoint of, like, Shaw got his first career homer. Tucker had his first homer for the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
So, like...
His first of 4. He hit 4 in a row as of the end of the A series. Second. Into the A series, he homered 4 straight. But here's the bullpen problems. Started in Game 3. Cubs were still able to win. Ryan Presley did. Oh wait, never mind. You couldn't watch.
Can't
this
watch.
Live. Did you see the play-by-play live?
What do you mean? No.
No. Okay.
I saw the Dansby out, though.
I saw that like later because I was at the Dodgers game that day. So I was at the Dodger Stadium watching the game, and I had up on my phone the Cubs game. So by the way, didn't catch a I think it was Manuel Margot tossed the ball in the stands. If I was paying attention, I catch the ball. Instead, I was watching the Cubs game. So thanks, Cubs. And I'll pull it up. It's 4-3 now. It was 4-1 the whole game. See Ryan Presley let up a 2-run shot. And then I see Corbin Carroll grounded out to end the game. Little did I know, about 3.5 hours later, when I look at the Cubs game, what actually happened. And oh my God. First off, Carroll was given a hit because it wasn't his fault. It just listed it as a ground out instantly. Or force out, I think it said.
Not a fielder's choice.
I just saw game was over, and I shut it off because I was at Dodgers game. 3 hour and a half.
You was this close to the ball.
Huh?
Oh, you were this close to getting a ball.
Yeah. I literally, if I was paying attention, I catch it.
Which Dodgers game were you were at Game 3?
I was at
or Game 2.
I was at Saturday's game. So when Dodgers won 7-3 against Rocky's American debut.
Yeah. Okay.
Which
Don't spoil what happened. Recap it.
Yep. But
so you saw the worst.
But the way that game ended, oh my God, that I've hated on Dansby. I don't know how much you've hated on Dansby since he signed
he
his
just can't
contract.
hit, but like I knew the defense was always great.
Yeah, so did I, but he single-handedly won that game. The bullpen Presley tried to blow it, and Garrett Hampson, who came in as a pinch runner. When you're pinch running, your one job is to run. One job. And when you get out on the base pass as a pinch runner, I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know what to compare that as. Like I in another sport, I don't know if there's a comparison.
So like late game, it's like when you have like a guy who doesn't play a lot, but he shoots like 95% from the free throw line,
And then he just misses.
and he misses both.
He misses both.
And, like you're down like one, and you need both, and he misses both. Like, and he's an elite free throw shooter.
So like that's Garrett Hampson. He's fast.
To be fair, there's a little bit because I feel like there's more pressure. Like it's not that hard to just not overrun a base for no reason.
Well, he didn't overrun it. He thought if Dansby threw that ball the first, he scores. Because Michael Bush doesn't have good arm, and most shortstops aren't that smart. They'll try to throw it for sure. Like I bet Ellie De La Cruz throws that ball. I bet he does.
Yeah, but he also throws it hard enough to first that he doesn't score home.
Yeah, but Bush doesn't have good enough arm to get him out at home.
Also, wasn't there only one out though, or 2 outs?
There's 2 outs.
Oh yeah,
But Hampson would have scored. He he is fast enough to score. If Swanson threw it first, if any shortstop threw that ball the first, Hampson's going home and scoring on about 80% of
I think Ellie's a bad example
players.
Because he's like going to throw like 105 miles an hour, basically.
Yeah, but then the first baseman has to throw it. And most first basemen have
How many outs are there?
noodle arms.
2. They get the force out at first, and it's over.
Yeah, but it's Corbin Carroll running. You remember that, right?
Well, yeah, but
Corbin Carroll's safe on 99% of that. So
That is true.
I don't even think Ellie gets the out there, but he's going to throw it because he's not thinking about the guy on third exactly, just because he's inexperienced and stuff like that. And Swanson doesn't have a good arm. He has a great glove, great sense of the game. His arm is below average. And he knows that. He knew he wasn't getting Carroll because Carroll's like top speed. He fakes the throw that gets Hampson to come off the base. Swanson runs to cut him off, cuts him off perfectly, and gets the out to end the game. And beautiful. Beautiful. But what's not beautiful is Sunday's game. We were able to save one bullpen disaster. It's hard to save multiple in a row. The Cubs played Diamondbacks 4-game series. Cubs had a chance to take 3 out of 4 games. And Cubs had a lead in the 8th inning, 6-2. It was 3-2 when Kyle Tucker, our star player, hits a 3-run shot on top of the 8th to make it 6-2. This game should be won. If you're up 4 in the 8th, you should be able to get 6 outs. It doesn't matter how good of an offense this is, you should be able to get 6 outs. And based on my tone, I assume you can tell they did not get 6 outs. Or they did get 6 outs. Actually, no, they didn't get 6 outs. They only got 3 because the Diamondbacks didn't hit the 9th inning. So actually, they didn't even get 6 outs. They got 3 outs. Because the Diamondbacks scored 8 runs in the bottom of the 8th due to bad, horrible pitching from our bullpen. The bullpen, like I said, Caleb Thielbar, I hate, walked 3 guys. And they were he walked lefties, which is he's supposed to get out. And Eli Morgan came in and just threw meatballs, just let up 6 runs. And the Diamondbacks, they scored a run by Ryan Nelson hitting a single. He drove in a run and then scored himself later in the inning. Ryan Nelson is a relief pitcher for the Diamondbacks. He has not swung a... He was a shortstop back in 2018 for college or high school. That's the last time he touched a bat. Pitchers nowadays don't touch bats anymore once they're high enough.
It was the first hit since 2022, or since the universal DH had been in.
Yeah, I think it was Zach Greinke with the last one.
I don't remember. It was the first hit since
the
rule had been implemented.
So he got a hit. It's not like we threw a position player. We're trying to win. And a pitcher got a hit. A pitcher. This guy hasn't swung a bat in 7 years. It is a disgrace. It's a disgrace that we lost that game. Disgrace.
Yeah, it was terrible. Because I texted you because I was like, oh, Kyle Tucker homered again. And then you were like, oh, hopefully the bullpen doesn't sell because they had, like, bases loaded or something. And then they put up 8 runs. It's like, yeah, well.
They did more than sell. Selling would be like letting the game tie. They, they collapse.
To be fair, they only scored in the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning.
That's not to be fair. That means the starting pitcher, which
No, I know.
really good.
I was saying, yeah, because Matthew Boyd didn't give up a run. Yeah, Morgan gave up 6, and then Pearson gave up 2. He has a 13.5 ERA right now. Hey, he threw a no-hitter, though. So,
Who did?
Nate Pearson. He was part of one.
I don't care though. I want to win. And we didn't. A's.
Yeah, okay. Let's not dwell because the Cubs are above 500. So,
Something the Brewers can't say.
and the offense is really good right now. To be fair, Sacramento might just be
Sacramento's
the most hitter-friendly park outside of
Coors way more, but
because there's been like 12 homers hit in the 3 games that have been played there so far, like total with us and the A's.
yeah, because the Cubs single-handedly had 8, I believe.
And I think every time the A's scored, it was like on a homer.
Yeah, Brent Rooker I think had 2 of them. Got him in fantasy
All right, dude.
because they're playing in minor league park, so
Yeah.
targeted them. But go ahead, you got that.
So Monday, Kyle Tucker homered
Monday,
again.
you don't even have to look. 18-3 ball game.
18-3. Kyle Tucker homered again. Everybody got a hit except for Ian Happ. But somebody got 4 hits of 4 different types of hits. Carson Kelly, the Cubs platoon catcher, hit for the cycle.
First cycle by a Cubs player since
1993.
1993. Carson Kelly was born the next year. Who hit it? Do you know off the top of your head? I was saying it was Derek Lee, but Derek Lee was not it.
I don't think I saw anywhere.
Here, I'll look it up.
The Cubs went 21 of 48.
It was Mark Grace.
4 home runs.
Mark Grace was the guy in 1993.
Because there were 7 home runs hit in the first game of the series, like between both teams.
So, 18-3. And back-to-back games, the Cubs see a pitcher hit, funny enough. The day before, it was Ryan Nelson. Today, or for the Cubs that day, it was Colin Ray, who pitched. He got the save, by the way, since he went 3 innings as well. That's how. Yeah, that's the third. That's the third way you get a save is if.
I know it's
3
like
innings.
I know it's like the rule, but it's really funny that he got a save in an 18-3 game.
Colin Ray struck out to a catcher, the A's backup catcher. He strikes me out with that. I don't know if you saw.
I don't.
Dotted low and away. Wild ball. I don't know. But it was perfectly placed strike low and away. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Colin Ray was swinging. It's not like he was just taking. So, the next game, or do you have anything else?
No, I mean, it was an offensive explosion, so it was fun.
Next game.
You got it.
Next game was another win by our Chicago Cubs. 7-4. This is the closest of the 3 games that were played in Sacramento's first ever Major League games. Ryan Presley got the save. I believe it was not stressful, if I remember correctly. I believe he was able to do good.
He was.
But Luis Severino didn't do very good. He was hit very hard. Even though he looked really good his first start, like Seiya Suzuki got a meatball.
And then
3-0.
Kyle Tucker homered again.
Kyle Tucker. That's 4. That's his 4th in a row.
Yeah, that was the 4th in a row.
And Just Turner got a hit as well to drive in a run at the
His first
end.
hit with the Cubs.
So, pretty good. Ryan Presley did get the save after letting up a hit. So, we'll have to see. Steele didn't look very good either. We'll just have to see if he can figure it out. 3 starts so far. 6.89 ERA. Has already let up, I believe it's 5 homers, and last year he let up a total of 12. Steele.
Oh.
So he needs to figure something out. His next start will be at Wrigley because they play 6 games at Wrigley. Starting tomorrow. So we'll see what they're able to do. And then Cubs played one more game in Sacramento.
Yesterday during the afternoon. And this one was just the Cubs put up 10 again, but it was like a never close game. Seiya looked really good, 5 RBIs. He homered twice. So that was awesome. And then it was like
both Severino and Jeffrey Springs looked really good the first starts, and the Cubs were able to get to both of them their next 2 starts. But to be fair, Jeffrey Springs, the umpire yesterday was horrible.
I was not watching, so I cannot.
He was so bad. Jeffrey Springs would dot up the Cubs players, not get any calls.
good.
I mean, it's good, but as a pitcher myself, I would get so ticked. Actually, I did get ticked because yesterday I was throwing live BP, and it's live BP, so there's not an umpire. It's your catcher calling the balls and strikes, and my catcher would not give me any strikes that were low and away. So I feel Jeffrey Springs. It is very annoying to not get any calls, especially for I don't know exactly how Jeffrey Springs pitches and everything, but for me, 2 of my 4 main pitches I throw go low and away. They break towards low and away. So when I don't get the calls low and away, based on how pitches move, if I move them to get up in the zone more, it would be middle. Due to sliders and curves, if I aimed it more up, it would just go middle. So if I'm not getting that low away call, it's annoying. So I assume Jeffrey Springs feels the same way. Because he's also really good. Not saying I'm that good, but just I'm saying I understand.
Yeah.
But now, do you got anything more with the Cubs?
No.
They play the undefeated San Diego Padres tomorrow. Padres don't have a game today, so they will be undefeated going into this Cubs game, this Cubs series. I think if the Cubs win 1, it's a win.
Yeah. Did you see what Say asked yesterday in his post-game interview?
No.
He was like, "Is it warm in Chicago yet?"
Nope.
And no, that's not.
Garrett-
Well, hey, it's kind of warm today.
But they're
It's
not playing
definitely-
today.
It's definitely colder in Chicago, than it is here.
It doesn't matter. They're not playing today.
But it
And
ends up
gets
dropping back. It drops to the weekend again.
Yeah,
So-
this ain't Tokyo. This ain't Japan where it's warmer.
Gotta love Midwest weather.
Yep. So it will be cold, but that's helpful for your pitchers. So hopefully we can take down the San Diego Padres. And then it's after the Padres, who is it?
I have no idea.
You're supposed to save me when I don't know it.
I can get it faster than you though.
No, you can't.
Rangers.
Oh, it is.
As long as we don't play Evaldi, we'll be fine.
okay,
or
so
Jack Leiter.
Valdi.
Or Jack Leiter right now.
Okay, so here, let's think. Valdi pitched
Tuesday.
Tuesday, and so then his next start would be
2.
the first game against Cubs, right?
Hold on. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
They played. No, they played 2.
Yeah, so we get
3.
Evaldi.
Yeah, we get them on Monday.
So we get Evaldi
And then we get Leiter on
game
Tuesday.
1, we get Leiter game 2, and then I don't know who their 3 pitcher is because I know DeGrom's their 5 to limit him.
He pitched.
So I don't know who their 3 is.
He pitched the 3rd game of the Red Sox series. Or he pitched on Sunday. I don't know if that was game.
I think it was game 4.
I don't know.
So he might be the 4 guy because Rocker's 5. So who's their?
What do they have on the
Who's
staff?
the Rangers 3 pitcher? I know Malley's hurt. Is it John Gray? Is that who?
I'll look.
Johnny's looking. So we have to play the 2023 World Series champion.
Okay, they did a bullpen game, I think. Tyler Malley started.
Oh, did he? Oh,
Yeah, but he only went 1 2/3. Then they just kind of
okay. So
like, yeah, they pitched a bullpen game. the season.
But so we got to play the 2023 World Series champions who had a slump last year, and then I think is going to be really good and win the division this year. So we have to face them, and then we have. But before we face the Rangers, we have to face the San Diego Padres, who are the
And Pavetta's gonna pitch too.
who I will talk about, but in the AL recap. But what I was going to say is the Padres we have to face, who are one of the two undefeated teams still in baseball. So we have to face them first. If we can just win one game, it's a win. Luckily, the Padres have only played in warm weather so far, so maybe they just all freeze.
Maybe. Hopefully they just can't swing the bat.
They just lock up. We have to face. Oh, Nick Pavetta's going to pitch.
I just said that. So, all right, we've yapped about the Cubs for long enough. It's been 30 minutes of talking about a mid organization. I'm just kidding. We're winning the World Series, but
Okay. AL or NL? Or should I say?
I want to go last.
Do you want to go or do I
I
want
want
to
to go last.
Okay.
Because I got to bring Brendan in last. So.
Oh wow.
Because
Well,
I love our
you know-
producer back there.
Well, we talk about AL, then we go in depth, then we talk about NL, and then go in depth a little more.
Okay.
That's
I
how.
know, so
All right.
that works. I mean,
All right. Well, so we'll go ahead and do our AL recap. I probably missed a team. Threw the script together. I suck at making guidelines
Anything.
and stuff.
anything. Suck at intros. I'm just kidding.
No, I do. I suck at making scripts and stuff, so I probably missed stuff. We'll talk about it in depth if it matters. So let's go ahead and do our quick time. Bronx Bombers, they start bombing against the Brewers. They sweep the series, scoring a total of 36 runs in the first 3 games by using the new bats, torpedo bats. This is going to be the only mention of them. I've seen it too much on the internet. We're done talking about those. But Bronx Bombers, they bomb out. Tyler O'Neill is the opening day god now with 6 straight homers to have the O's win Game 1. And Charlie Morton looked good until he didn't, losing the second game. O's win series 2-3. Rangers' Nathan Eovaldi in 2 games has thrown a complete game shutout. In a 6-inning, 9K game, the Rangers lost against the Red Sox. Garrett Crochet was the opposing pitcher. He looked pretty good. He's throwing more cutters now instead of fastballs because the Red Sox like to limit the amount of four-seam fastballs that are thrown. And you saw that again yesterday in Garrett Crochet's second start, who also got paid. We'll talk about that. Jack Leiter cooked in his season debut and showed off his new kick change, and then cooked again yesterday. Clay Holmes struggles against the Astros in his first start since 2018. Does very well to continue on. Rays make their stadium debut in their minor league park, win 2-3 against the Rockies, and won the first game on a Cameron Misner home run. Mariners hit 2 home runs in the 8th inning on opening day, win Game 1, then lose the series by 3-2 against the Athletics. I believe that's it. Probably missed some. There's your AL recap. So,
First off, that you mentioned it, dude. The A's are wearing white in the sun, which people are just now realizing has never happened before. Think about it. They've played inside wearing the home uniforms their entire existence.
inside?
In a dome, they're finally wearing their white uniforms outside, in sun. I saw somebody point out they look a lot better in if you appreciate jerseys, you'd get
The
it.
Coliseum's not domed.
Guys, the Rays.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said
No,
A's.
I said Rays. I said Rays.
They sound the same.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
Rays, A's. Sorry. I thought you said A's. I was like, Coliseum was not domed.
No.
Okay.
So yeah. So for the first time ever, they're wearing the white uniforms outside, and they look really good, which is just an interesting thing. And now that you mentioned it, I wanted to talk about it or just say that.
I mean, we can talk as long as it's AL. AL home teams. What this is about.
Hey, the torpedo bats, dude. You said not to mention them. You didn't tell me that before the show. So everybody should use them. They're fun. They It's not cheating. It's illegal by MLB rule until they change that
That's
rule.
not why I'm saying not talk about it.
Until
I'm just saying it's
until they
annoying.
change that rule this offseason.
About the amount of times I've heard it. That's why I said.
But it's good. Good for the game of baseball. We need more runs.
So, okay.
But other than that, it was kind of. I mean, Devers didn't get ahead either. I don't know.
Devers, I didn't talk about because I'm disgusted. 0 for 16, 12 strikeouts, MLB record for something, for being horrible. I don't know. He got 2 hits yesterday, though.
Whoa.
He's batting .083. So, I don't know. Luke Jackson for the Rangers has 2 saves now. Why is he getting the saves over half the other guys in that bullpen? Absolutely no clue, especially since if you look at Luke Jackson's stats, last season in 2024, he had a 5 ERA. And he already has 3 saves this season. So I don't know why Luke Jackson is getting the save opportunities, as in his career, he has a total of 19 career saves before the season. 18 of them coming in 2019 with the Braves. So I have no clue why Chris Martin isn't getting the save opportunities, or like half the other guys in that bullpen, because like Luke Jackson's not good. So I really don't know. And it's not like it's a Colin Ray situation. He's coming in the 9th, 3-run game or less, and saving the game. And he has an 8 ERA this year, by the way. So, yeah. Do you know who I'm talking about? Okay. Anything else with the AL?
I don't know. I feel like outside of like the Yankees series, it wasn't like it was an AL Central matchup.
I mean,
and who cares about the AL Central except that the White Sox had the best.
Oh, I didn't talk about the White Sox, but I mean, who talks about the White Sox?
Did you not? You didn't mention them?
No.
You didn't mention the best pitching staff in baseball.
Their starting pitching's good, but that's not
until yesterday.
Due to the White Sox. That's due to the fact that they drafted and traded for top starting pitching prospects, and the White Sox aren't developing them. They just were already really good. Because you can see that from their bullpen. It sucks.
Sean Burke, you goat.
So
he gave up 6 yesterday.
Their bullpen sucks. So that shows that the White Sox can't develop pitching. It's just their starting pitching is really good.
Not yesterday. The bullpen shut it down for 4
Okay,
and
the
2/3.
Cubs bullpen shut it down the other day. So you're saying the Cubs bullpen's really good? Yeah, that's what I thought.
They were also already down 6-1, but I just wanted to mention that. Sean Burke no longer has he did not pitch that well yesterday, sadly. But the White Sox are the best pitching staff in baseball. I've seen enough. I've seen 7 games.
Now, let's talk about extensions really quick for the AL. We had Christian Campbell.
Yes, that's his name.
He got extended.
And
Garrett Crochet also got a contract. $170 million, I believe, is the most money ever given to a pitcher who has under 300 career innings.
Really? Oh, yeah, I guess he wouldn't have pitched that much because he was on inning limit all last year.
And then was a reliever every other year. Yeah. So that's like 5 years. And by the way, Red Sox have horrible history with starting pitching. David Price, Chris Sale, all the other guys. So Garrett Crochet could change it all. It's possible. He looked good yesterday. Here, I'll actually pull up his stat line yesterday because I saw a bit of it. He looked really good. If I can pull it up. Red Sox won 3-0 against the Orioles. Yeah, Garrett Crochet, first time ever pitching in the 8th inning yesterday, by the way. On his first start since his contract. So he went 8 innings, and then
struck out 8.
Roldis Chapman came in and closed out the game, who really happy that he's getting save opportunities because Chapman's really good. And then Campbell also got 2 more hits. He's batting .400. So that's also why that guy got extended because got a contract. He's really good. So, is there any other contract extensions for the AL?
The other two that I'm thinking of are in the NL.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we have an NL opening weekend recap. Mind you, it was where the games were played, so if it was played in an NL stadium, we're counting it as an NL game. So the White Sox will not be mentioned because they played an AL team at the White Sox.
Also hate the White Sox. So
we don't.
Let's go
We're Big Brother. We don't have a reason to hate them.
So let's go ahead and go to the NL recap.
Started off, Tigers Dodgers. The game 1, Dodgers got the school, but Spencer Torkelson had the best 1-for-1 performance ever. He hit a home run and had 4 walks. Blake Snell was like Blake Snell, just like 5 innings, 100 pitches, but he got outs. The Dodgers won 5-4. They hit 3 homers. Mookie was huge in game 2. He had an 8th inning home run, and then he hit a walk-off home run. Dodgers win it in the 10th, 8-5, and then game 3. Game you were at, the Tigers made Brooklyn Stocky cry, but then it doesn't matter because the Dodgers offense just decided to put up 7 and win anyway because they're never Braves Padres in the Sunday Night Baseball series. It was Jake Cronenworth go-ahead homer in the 8th, winning game 1. Games 2 and 3 were just dominated by the Padres pitching, and they pitched 2 shutouts. It was like 1-0 in game 2, and then Nick Pivetta threw 7 innings. He only allowed 1 hit, faced the minimum number of batters. Unfortunately, play. Very good for Nick Pivetta. Then the Padres won like 1-5-0. Twins Cardinals. The Cardinals put up 4 in the first 3 innings, and the Twins couldn't answer. The Cardinals won 5-3 in game 1. Game 2, the Redbirds put up 5 again. Eric Fetty went 6 with only 1 earned, and the Cardinals won 5-1. In game 3, the Cardinals offense exploded for 8, just the second and third inning, and they won 9-2. Then Phillies Nationals. The Phillies scored 4 in the top of the 10th inning. Game 1. Luzardo struck out 11 hitters, pitched 5 innings, and the Phillies won by hitting 3 homers, and they win 6. And then Game 3, Mitch Parker for the Washington Nationals was great, 6 1/3 of shutout baseball. Unless I'm missing a game, but I think they only did 3. Giants Reds, Game 1, 4-run top of the 9th led to a 6-4 Giants win with Will Coors hitting a 3-run homer. Game 2, both starters only allowed okay, excuse me, I didn't write anything. Oh, they both only allowed 2, and then Christian Encarnacion Strand hit a go-ahead homer. And then in game 3, the Giants won 6-3 again, just like game 1. And then Marlins Pirates, everybody's favorite series of opening day, especially our producer Brendan, the Pirates fan. The Pirates win Game 2 on the back of a great Mitch Keller performance. 4-3. Mitch Keller went 6 with 1 earned. But Game 1 was a walk-off for the Marlins. The walk-off hit by Kyle Stowers. Game 3 was a walk-off in 12, with the walk-off hit by Dane Myers to win 5-4 in 12 innings. And then on Sunday, to close out the weekend, Nick Fortes on a wild pitch, and then I forgot the guy's name who scored, but Derek Hill stole second and then got to third on a throwing error and then scored on a wild pitch. So that was how the Pirates series ended. And then, Devon, I also wanted to mention this before I finished it, but Robbie Ray threw like the worst pitch of all time that resulted in a homer this week when I was looking at this.
If Bro pulls off the Yordan Alvarez
No.
slider and just to show
90.
it,
That's a 94 fastball, number 5. The pitch number 5, 94 mile per hour fastball, middle. But yeah, that was the NL opening weekend.
you only care about that just because I like them.
Yeah, but I would like to bring Brendan in. Brendan, what were your thoughts on the Pirates blowing Paul Skeens' first start of his Cy Young campaign?
Nothing's new from last year, from what I saw with that.
Well, something is new. David Bednar's not in your bullpen anymore.
That too, but I don't know. I mean, it's good to know that we can win. Like, we just choose not to win. Like, if we had a
That's short.
90
Tell yourself that.
like, You're going to tell me differently when we were up in all of those games by at least 2 runs, and you're going to tell me that we can't win those games. If we had a bullpen, we're winning those games. Like,
There's a brighter bullpen than us.
that, no. Because didn't you guys get somebody from the Astros?
He sucks.
He sucks.
He's washed.
Oh, it's kind of like I was telling you guys that the whole offseason while you were hyping him up.
Say that once.
I did.
You guys got David Bednar. Not David Bednar.
No, we
you
don't.
got Adam Frazier back, and you were like happy about it.
I was, because I love Adam Frazier. I know he's bad, but I love him. Same with Kutch.
That's all-star starter Adam Frazier.
Kutch is a dinosaur, but
Yeah, you know who else was an all-star?
starter.
Jurickson Profar.
We haven't got there.
okay, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but he's
Talking
good.
about Pirates.
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad that he got his win last night, but we're definitely not really. I mean, unless we like.
Do you watch Pirates? Like,
Let's
did
forget
you
how-
watch game yesterday?
I watch highlights. I don't watch like the full game unless it's like.
I don't think he has Root Sports Network.
Yeah, no, I don't. But unless it's like nationally televised or.
I mean, you can watch it on like Pirates MLB TV.
You don't use meth streams? I don't know if I can say that on here, but you
No,
don't
I
use Streameast?
You could. I just. You don't have like. I thought you would have like Pirates MLB TV or something.
No, I got like I got
Okay,
the
for
app.
Pirates, that just means you have MLB TV.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pirates MLB TV is just MLB.
Well, my cousin is also like a diehard Pirates fan, so like, she'll text me from time to time, or I'll text her. Just be
What's
like-
going on? I didn't
Yeah, I'll
get
be
over
like,
to
what's? I'll be like,
Give me a-
what's?
give me a
Yeah,
breakdown.
literally. And like
That's what Johnny does to me.
like
Sometimes.
her pirate knowledge is probably close to my Steeler. Yeah, my Steelers
So
knowledge.
you can get like.
I have a very reliable.
and get a feel for what's.
I have a
happening.
very reliable source.
If so,
Well, that's good.
Pirates.
I would want to talk with your cousin because I wanted to see what she thinks about the Pirates, just entirely.
Sounds like you're hitting on my cousin there, Devin.
Yeah, for sure. No, I just want to see what a diehard Pirates fan thinks of the team. Because you are a Pirates fan, but I don't think you call yourself a diehard fan. So I just want to see how, because I've never talked to like an NL Central diehard fan other than a Cubs fan.
Zach Troxel, Cardinals fan, talk to him.
Never talked to them. So I've never.
Devin, anybody who's gonna get into a diehard talk with you, it's gonna end in arguments. Like the whole time.
Yes. Yes.
The whole time.
Yes.
So no, Devin, my cousin will not be participating in your crash out.
I'm not going to crash
You're
out.
gonna crash
I
out.
just want to hear.
You crash out every time.
She's gonna try to tell you like Mitch Keller's a good pitcher.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
He's actually not.
She's gonna say the Pirates are better than the Cubs. I'm gonna tell you
Okay,
that right
I want to hear why she thinks that.
because she's a Pirates fan and not a Cubs fan.
Okay, yeah, but you at least gotta have some like realism. And be like, yeah, okay. Like I don't think the Cubs are better than the Dodgers.
She's a diehard fan. She'll actually have reasons.
I think
Unlike you.
I think the
You
Cubs.
just say that.
I think the Cubs are like the 5th best team in the NL.
Like I can give
the
reasons, and I can give reasons for that. You're looking
They're
at
gonna win a
us.
division. So who's gonna win? The Brewers suck. The Cardinals aren't good. They haven't played anybody. They're
Pirates
not
suck.
Are you?
good. The Pirates aren't good. And the Reds
Is the
aren't good.
bro? Is the division really gonna be Cubs like
Reds.
Cubs, Reds, Pirates, and then like Cardinals, Brewers?
The
No, I
Brewers,
think
Brewers
Brewers
are
are getting
toning
third.
around. They're gonna finish in second. They're just gonna be a bad second place.
I think
Will they make the playoffs at second?
no.
The NL Central's a 1.
NL Central is
One team.
winner, and that's it.
I don't think we haven't had a wild card team since 2020, but we had like 3 teams in the playoff.
So you guys are like setting in stone that you guys are winning the division.
I think we should.
After seeing what our king Kyle Tucker has done,
Kyle Tucker's gonna win MVP. So
Oh
That-
my God.
he
top
leads.
5.
There's 7 games in, Johnny.
Okay, you know what that's called? It's called an overreaction, and that's what we're gonna get into now. Is our overreaction.
Now we haven't even talked about NL teams yet.
Well, you're 45 minutes in, Devin.
I just really quick want to talk about
Okay, sorry.
your goat Profar really quick.
Okay, sorry. The transition presented itself. So I
Dude,
tried
you
to do
just
it.
ruined like the greatest transition of all time.
I'm sorry.
Johnny just did
I just
a
wanna
1 in a million
I
transition.
wanna hear
and you
his
Screwed
opinion.
it up.
on Profar and his opinion on Jackson Merrill, who got extended, by the way.
Jackson Merrill extended, hit a homer. I know. Keltel Marte it got extended. It was kind of a weird extension because they already have him like locked up through whenever he turns 34. Like originally, it was just like a weird like, what did it really do for them? Now that they just have him until he's like a lot older, but then he has an easier chance of being washed under a big contract.
He's really good. He's a second baseman. You don't see that kind of production from
That is
second
true.
baseman.
Okay, so Marte extended. The NL was kind of.
And Justin Martinez was extended.
Oh yeah.
And there's one other guy that I can't think of off the top of my head.
So the Phillies and Nationals, I don't really care about. It was just like the Phillies won the series like they should. I wasn't surprised. Oh my gosh!
So I had a Cubs jersey. I have my Cubs sweatshirt on, but
Brandon, are we seeing this?
I love Kyle Schwarber.
Okay, I don't really care. The Phillies won the series that they should have
I love
won.
Bryce Harper.
Okay.
I have a Bryce Harper World Series jersey.
I like the Phillies. I'm not saying I don't.
I know. I just wanted to show.
I was
that
just
I have
saying
a
this
Phillies
series I don't care about
That's fine.
because they beat the Nationals 2-1.
I mean, honest, in the last like two seasons, I think I've watched more Phillies games than I have Pirates games.
Okay, Philly fan.
Like, I like.
You like the
To be
poop
fair,
teams?
okay. To be fair,
Okay,
one-
realistically,
You a fan of the poop?
hey, guess what? To be
I
fair,
am a
one of
fan of
those
too.
teams makes the playoffs, then he can watch the nationally
I did-
televised games.
Yeah,
the other
so I
team does
actually
not.
I have a team. I have a team that I can root for in the playoffs because my team's not in it. But like the first year I actually started watching the Phillies, they went to the World Series. So
Okay.
I was just like,
Good for you. But the Phillies are going to be good. The pitching staff's really good. They played the Nationals.
are they winning the World Series?
No. But I do think they're better than the Cubs. They're one of the 5 NL teams. So, the Twins and Cardinals, I don't care. Literally, I don't care about at all. The Twins aren't good, and the Cardinals only won because the Twins aren't good. Giants and Reds was just like the most boring series I've ever seen.
Here, let's just not talk about them. Let's not waste time.
But the Tigers, Dodgers, the Dodgers will win in any way possible, shown by this series, and then they did it against the Braves too. They walked them off last night. They were down 5-0, I think, and came back and won.
Snell had 0 earned runs, by the way. He had 5 runs with 0 earned because Max Muncy made 2 errors.
I didn't know that.
I
But
have him in fantasy.
so they just win. They might
the
win 162
Padres
games.
and the Dodgers are the 2 undefeated teams, by the way.
Yeah. The Tigers, I guess they're not an NL team, but Skubal didn't look great, but it was also the Dodgers. He was okay.
I mean, he was
They got to him.
pretty good.
They got 4 runs off him. So it's like,
He had like 8 strikeouts.
yeah. It was just like, it wasn't a special performance. But the Dodgers they might win 162. I'm being so serious.
So can the Padres.
Okay, in theory, yeah, but they're not doing it like the Dodgers are doing it.
Hey, if the Dodgers stay undefeated until we play them again, I hope that happens because it'll be so fun for the Cubs to beat them.
When they beat us 3 times and stay undefeated because they're winning every game this year.
No.
They're breaking the wins record.
Here's why.
Devin, they're going to break the wins record.
Here's why. The Cubs run better than the Dodgers.
Okay.
So when we play, we don't play it regularly.
Yeah, okay. Awesome. Wow. They're winning every game this year, as I talked about. Okay. Anyway, then the Braves and Padres played. The Padres look great. The pitching is amazing, and Gavin Sheets is.
No, Padres.
Yeah, Gavin Sheets is Barry Bonds.
I have him in fantasy now.
Platoon lefty first baseman who might be Barry Bonds.
Do you know who his platoons with?
Who?
Yuli Gurriel.
Oh yeah, that's electric. That's so electric. But then I think the real story is the Braves out of the NL right now.
There's
Obviously the Dodgers. The Dodgers might win every game.
We can go half overreaction right now. We can just
Is the overreaction they missed the playoffs?
The overreaction
is that considered an overreaction?
I mean,
dude,
kinda. It's only
they
7
can't
games.
hit. It's only 7 games, but they haven't won yet. They can't hit a baseball.
Who's their next series?
The pitching is fine, but it's like the Dodgers got to Sale. They blew a 5-run lead last night. Jerickson Profar is out for 80 games because of a PED suspension.
Was he roided up all last year? He had to be.
Probably because he wasn't good this year. But, like, dude.
He had to be all last year because, first off, I did research on what he was taking. Like, this morning, I looked up the drug that he was taking. The only way to take it is by needle. So you have to inject it. You
Attaboy.
have to inject it, and it's prescribed by a doctor. So he knew he was taking it, guaranteed. So he says, I would never willingly put it in my body, is what he said in his statement. Only way you take it is through a syringe, and a doctor has to prescribe it. Doctor's going to tell you what it is, and then he's going to put the needle in you. So you know what is happening. He knew he was taking steroids. That's how he added 5 miles per hour to his exit velos. That's why he was an all-star. And now he's scamming the Braves of $38 million.
I think it's just a plan. I think the Padres planted it in him so the Braves will release him and they can pick him back up on a minimum halfway through the year, and then he balls out again for the Padres. It's like I think they're gonna do to Jerickson Profar what the Braves do to Jesse Chavez.
Jesse Chavez got DFA'd. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, he got called up, pitch, and then got instantly DFA'd. I know.
Okay, but is it an overreaction to say the Braves will miss the playoff? Like they're unlucky, like beyond unlucky. I keep forgetting the guy's name. Even
Ronaldo Lopez?
No, Ronaldo Lopez is hurt, but the guy that I mentioned to you yesterday, Drake Baldwin, his WOBA is a .099, and that's weighted on base average. So it's on base percentage, but it weighs like home runs, triples, and doubles for like more. Like each thing's worth more in the category. His expected WOBA is a 415. That's over 300 points of difference because he's like his exit velos, launch angles are showing that he should be getting very good hits, but it's not happening. He's a combined 1 foot away from 2 home runs this year. He got robbed twice. He's literally the unluckiest player ever if this were to continue. It won't, but eventually it'll even out because that's what xWOBA does. But he's unlucky. The lineup is the worst lineup ever through a 6-game span in MLB history. Like statistically, no team has ever hit that bad since like 1930.
So,
like,
I think
are they going to miss the playoffs?
So,
like,
I think they miss playoffs. You can't start the season 0-7 in this division when you have the Mets and the
Phillies
and
maybe the Marlins. I mean, they went 3-1 in their first series.
Against the Pirates. That doesn't mean anything.
I'm just kidding. There he is. Just wanted to annoy him.
It doesn't mean anything. Are you saying the Marlins are good?
No.
Okay.
But stop talking about the Pirates like that.
What you gonna do?
I'm done with it. I'll show you what I'll do, but I can't do it on live.
Okay.
We're not
all
live,
right, guys.
so.
Come on. Hey, stop.
No,
We're friends.
we're
We're all
recording.
friends. Hey. We're all friends. Let's not. Okay. So the Braves. Is that both of our overreactions? 'Cause I think I have.
That's one of mine.
I think that's one of mine too. It's like they're probably.
They missed the playoffs. So.
I have 2 to 3 more. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then really quick, I just want to say the Braves play the Marlins next. That's their next series. So if they
Where is it?
lose,
Oh, it's in
Atlanta. So if they lose,
I hope they get walked off.
They lose that series,
It's wraps.
the overreaction is real. And then, by the way, for the Cubs, Randy Vasquez is the starter against the Cubs on the home opener. Just wanted because I saw that, so I just want to let.
He was really good.
He was, but it was against the Braves, who haven't hit.
That is true.
We have hit, so I don't know. But you want to go to your next overreaction?
I don't know. A lot has happened so far. I feel like not a lot has happened, but also a lot has happened. But it's been in the same area. Is it no? Okay, I guess I can just go to the Dodgers because I have one more, but I kind of want to say that one. Are the Dodgers? I think they're going to break the win record. But is that even an overreaction? Like, still, that's making history of one of the hardest records in sports.
It's like,
dude,
8 games in.
They're not going to lose. No matter how bad the starters play, it's like, okay, so it's either one of their 7 elite starters gives you 7 shutout,
Except Roki.
or 5 shutout because Blake Snell can't go more than 5.
Or Roki can't.
Or Roki, And then the bullpen is just going to be like, oh, hey, you're not scoring while we're on the field.
They have asparagus pitching.
They're actually, I don't even get it. They're going to break the win record, I think, like legitimately.
Which will
That's the overreaction. Like I don't know how
break the hearts of Mariners fans because that's the only thing they have.
I know.
These
But it's
days
like-
is they have the win record. So
Like I think they're going to break it. This team is way too good.
my second overreaction, I think, can be that four NL West teams finish above 500.
It's happening right now, and it's very possible that it does.
People were saying the Giants finished below 500 and the Padres were to be around 500. I thought that about the Padres. I thought the Giants were going to be good. But the Padres are undefeated. Giants are 5-1. Diamondbacks are 4-2. We knew the Diamondbacks were going to be good. We knew the Dodgers were going to be good. Padres are playing way better, and Giants are playing better than other people thought. I thought they would be good. So that's one of my overreactions. Is
And to that point,
4 of the 5 teams will win above.
The Padres are doing it because it's like the most top-heavy lineup in baseball, and then everybody else is doing something. If that makes sense, because it was like
Martín Maldonado has at least the same amount of hits as Devers, if not more. Because I know Maldonado has 2. So
it's like because it was like
he has a higher batting average than Devers. I can guarantee that one.
It was like the top 4 is really good. You know, it's Tatis, Cronenworth,
Bogarts has looked good, by the way.
or like I forget who like it's like Bogarts, or it's Merrill, Tatis, Machado, and then you like Bogarts or Cronenworth or Arias.
is top.
And then like you just need Bogarts to not be terrible.
He hasn't been.
and
He's been good. He's
and
been
then
Boston Red
Cronenworth,
Sox.
and then Cronenworth to be like
He's been good.
Cronenworth.
Gavin Sheets been good. Yurley
And then
Gurriel's been
it's like,
good.
and then right now all the other platoon guys are doing it. So this is their
the
position.
catchers have not done much, but I mean,
who cares?
catchers.
It's the one
yeah,
position where you'll take it.
Catchers.
And the pitching's really good, surprisingly. Like it's better than people expected because they don't have names. But Pivetta looked great. Obviously, it was against the Braves and they can't hit.
But I mean, I think he'll do fine against the Cubs. Like Pavetta's got nasty stuff.
Well, he's gonna do really good because it's at Wrigley and it's freezing cold, so nobody's getting hit in that.
Yes. Fantasy. I have him in 3 fantasy leagues, by the way. So
Hey, you should have picked up Nate Eovaldi.
Shut up.
All right. Okay, I actually have 2 more. Thinking about it. My next overreaction is Hunter Green's an ace in Major League Baseball.
We talked about this.
We
it
texted
yesterday?
it yesterday. Sorry, I hit the mic.
We talked about
Like, I legitimately believe he's an ace. I kind of thought it last year because he was almost a Cy Young. Like, he was in the Cy Young running because he was really good towards the end of the year. I think he's, like, bona fide ace. And not even, like, an ace for, like, a bad staff because, like, the Reds are an okay staff. But he could be, like, a top 15 pitcher in baseball. He's that good. I don't even know if this is really an overreaction, but Hunter Green's really good.
I think it is. Like I said yesterday, I think he needs more starts and stuff, and because
I mean, yesterday he was phenomenal.
You say his
He
stat
did
line.
lose, but it was 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. He has a 2.25 ERA through 2 starts. He got 21 fantasy points if you have him done.
Here's why. In 2024, a lot of red, yes,
And then the first game he went 5 and 2 earned.
but the
and 8 strikeouts.
problem that I saw was he is 9th percentile in ground balls. He does not get grounders. So if you're not getting grounders, so here, he has a 27.7 K rate and a 35% ground ball rate. So that means about 40-ish% of the balls are in the air in half the games the Reds play are at their home stadium. That's not a good formula. You know?
Yeah.
So that's one concern I have. And then he also doesn't get much chase. Chase is obviously out of zone swings. So when he just throws the fastball in the zone by you, you don't get your chases. But, like, what his chase means he doesn't have good off-speed stuff, really, or breaking stuff out of the zone. He's still, like he does have whiffs and stuff. So, but I need to see a little more. If I pull up this year's baseball savant, same thing. A lot of red. His his chase is better, but ground ball percentage is still really low.
Yeah.
My next overreaction, I think, is Eugenio Suarez finishes in the top 5 MVP this year.
I mean,
Like these are overreactions, and we haven't really said an overreaction yet. I don't think like a huge one. Here's a huge one.
yeah.
Overreaction.
Because the odds it continues are not like very high. Because it's like
He was
impossible
good
to finish
at the
with.
second half last
But
year,
like, he's always been a great hitter. I'm not saying like he's bad.
except in
but
Seattle. But
top 5 hitter or top 5 MVP candidate is insane.
it's an overreaction. I'm not saying this. I'm
I
not
know.
going to bet money on this.
I know, but
But-
you're just saying like,
From
and it's not
right
like a disrespect
now,
to Eugenio Suarez. He's, like the odds it continues that he's on pace
he
for,
leads the league in homers. He's tied for the league in RBIs.
He went against the Cubs bullpen and played at the short porch. So
But I mean, the Yankees don't have bad pitching.
yeah, but the short porch.
He's a righty, but he's also a righty.
Hit opposite field. Volpe did it yesterday. Volpe hit literally a home run that was like it was literally this. It will be posted on YouTube. Literally this far over the wall, like an inch.
By the way, Cubs have 2 guys with 11 RBIs.
Tucker and Seo.
Yeah, and that's tied for first. So
Tucker had more RBIs than the Astros. But to be fair, he did get to play in Tokyo. But he for a little bit he had more than the Astros.
so that's my overreaction.
Do you have any more? Because I can close it out then. Because I have my one more.
Off top of my head, not.
Okay, we've gone over time anyway, so because we do have another whole nother show after this. But Nate Eovaldi.
That's it. Okay.
Can I just?
You're actually
Can
sure-
I just say he wins Cy Young? I'm just kidding.
Let's just.
I'll hold it to top 3.
How about we just combo it? Nathan Eovaldi and Jack Leiter become like a top 5 1-2 in the league.
I'm fine with that. I talked to you about Jack Leiter.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
so is
how
he
about that?
elite? Like really good? Like, I kind of overused the word elite because I don't think he'd be better than Hunter Green, but like he's really good. I think, but my overreaction would be just Eovaldi is either like top 3 in Cy Young, dude.
He's obviously older, by the way.
I know that, but like, dude, it doesn't matter. He just goes out there and he's like, I'm gonna kill you with 95 and
He threw the first complete game.
and it means splitter.
So, but Eovaldi, really good. And then what we talked about yesterday with Jack Leiter is just he needs to strike out guys a bit more. And
Even then, yesterday he
get
did 5 and
chases a
5.
bit more.
So he struck out 5 and 5.
And his next start will be against Cubs.
And that'll be a good test, even though it's in Chicago, so it's kind of like
It'll be a good test to see his strikeouts.
it's like, are you?
It'll be a good test to see strikeouts.
It's like, are you really getting outs? Are you getting outs against good offense in baseball, or are you pitching at the worst place to hit in Major League Baseball? So it'll be it'll be hard to tell from that series. But I do think Leiter is really good. But my overreaction is Eovaldi is going to be very high in the Cy Young race this year. Hopefully, because I love Nathan Eovaldi. So
I'm looking at Eovaldi's StatCast right now for 2025. Obviously, small sample size, but due to the small sample size, it counts because he has 2 starts. He's 100th percentile in pitching run value, 93rd percentile in fastball run value, 98th percentile in breaking run value, and 100th percentile in off-speed run value. That is absurd to see.
yeah, that's crazy.
If he keeps that up, Rangers are making to the ALDS, right? That's
Yeah.
the Final Four. Yeah, ALDS. So, but I think. Oh, I left the logo on. I think that is it. Apologies for having the NL logo up for that entire overreaction segment. Forgot about that. There was just a logo here the whole time. So, but hopefully you like that quick little recaps for the ALNL. We'll try. I suck at writing scripts. Johnny just doesn't have time. So we tried our best with it. We don't have people to write it for us as well. Brendan will
just start doing
write
it.
Brendan will write both of them next week. You don't have to worry. But really quick though as well. While Brendan's dying at the producer, us three gotta go to the Bulls game. Thank you to the Chicago Bulls for letting us go. Meet Chuck Swirsky as well, and get to take a photo and watch the game and everything. That was really cool.
A lot of fun.
Love you, Chuck.
Us three, along with 3 p.m. guys as well, Noah, Brody, and Damari. They all have radio shows, so check them out as well later in the day. Or actually, this isn't live, so I don't know when. But big thank you. Thank you to our producer, Brendan. He's got a show. You should watch that as well, Towing not the Blitz. This is Towing the Rubber. I'm Devon Alsman.
I'm Johnny Clubby.
And we'll see you next week.